welcome to another exciting edition of Are You Garbage? The show where you find out if your favorite comedians are classy individuals or absolute trash. Now, here are your hosts, Kevin Ryan and H. Foley.
Hey, everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's favorite podcast. This is Are You Garbage?
You know it.
It's that little show we sit down with your favorite comedians, and we find out they're going to be classy, or they're just a big old piece of trash. I'm your host, H. Foley, coming at you on a chilly, rainy day. Ooh. We're out back here with Tootie's in the new edition, but I'm going to tell you folks that. Why is that, Pinhead?
Because they're the motherfucking homies.
Because they're the motherfucking homies here on the old Patreon for a little bonus episode. Mm-hmm. Happy weekend to everybody.
Yes.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Just getting back from church, I presume.
Woo, yeah, get your bets in.
Goddamn
get the fucking
Catholic.
eggs going. Make some dippies. Put on Three Stooges. Patty and Terry get into a huge fight. Tension all day. Dad starts whipping up a meatloaf around 3 o'clock. We sit down. We break bread. We break the tension.
Indian leg wrestle. A little for man of the house.
Little married with children. I don't do my homework. My brother goes to bed early. I stay up late in my room worrying about stuff.
Sure, a lot has changed, I see. A lot
Get
has
up,
changed.
Go to high school.
You're still fighting with your family members and worrying about the world going to collapse on you.
Get up, go to high school, score with some chicks, go to football practice, come home, don't do my homework. Probably a little hamburger helper.
Sure.
From Patty.
Okay.
Beef stroganoff. And some dinner rolls.
He was stroking off beef. How you doing? A little play on words there.
My goddamn
Your mother's
mother.
a whore. I'm sorry. But first of all, shout out to the motherfucking homies for tuning in,
Please.
baby. The goddamn lifeblood, the sleeper cells, the boots on the ground.
13,000 strong over
Time
there.
to activate.
The army of garbage.
Also, shout out, I thought.
Me?
What? No.
I thought you were gonna shout
You
me
can now, so many people hit us up that they want to gift. How do they gift a Patreon for, like, the holidays and shit like that?
Okay.
Because they're like, well, I have to put it in my name and my credit card, then I have to give them the log. You can now gift somebody a Patreon.
Patreon gift cards?
No, I think, like, you can, like, pay for it, and I guess it sends them a link. I don't
Also
know.
redeemable at the Cheesecake Factory.
I can't use it on tip, though. Yeah. So that's a new thing, too.
Okay.
They're making a lot of changes over there.
I like that.
And I apologize for the RSS feed snafu. That was on Patreon's end. It should be all fixed up, and everything should be back banging now, gang.
Now, what's this RSS feed I keep hearing about? What does RSS mean?
Radio signal. I don't know. I don't know what RSS,
radio
but it's
signal.
like it's your iTunes feed. The feed goes out. We put the podcast on an RSS feed. Patreon allows you, so it populates in whatever they listen to. If they
It's
listen
like
on
Bitcoin.
No, if they listen on iTunes, they can take the link from Patreon. The people that know it are already doing it. Some people just don't even know or don't care. They listen on the site or the app, whatever it is, but you can get it to auto-populate into whatever app you listen to episodes in.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Really simple syndication.
Is that what it is?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Really
Shut
simple syndication.
It's like there's, I
That's
guess,
like something
multiple
my dad
acronyms.
would come
Yeah.
up with.
I know. There's multiple ways, I guess, people call it, but that's one of the common
Really
acronyms.
sick salamanders.
That was the name of my high school band.
Bad call. The sick salamanders?
The Really Sick Salamanders.
That's pretty cool.
Coming up next, the RSSs.
Mommy got a dinner roll cooking. That was your song.
Sure.
I like a Cheeto on my toast.
What?
I don't know.
This man, can we fucking unplug you and set you back up? You stink.
Talk about the RSS feed ain't working. It's fucking freezing in here.
It's cold as
I got
shit.
2 shirts on.
I know.
2 dirty shirts.
I don't understand in this. They don't turn
I'm wearing a dead man's clothes.
They don't turn okay.
My dad's shirt.
Cool. That's good vibes, dude. That's the thing I want to bring in to fucking a comedy podcast. Let it go, dude.
He's
what
dead.
What the fuck? Yeah. So this is this.
Uh-oh.
What?
Going back, aren't we?
We're going back.
Woo-wee.
Set it to fucking 1.99 gigawatts or whatever it is. We're going back in time. The year was 2005
Woo.
of this great nation.
And the hairline was fading under your nose. You didn't know it at the time, did you? Did you know you were going to go bald? Was there writing on the wall? Nobody else is bald.
My brother's fighting it.
Good-looking kid.
My
though.
dad, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
Last time I seen your old man, dude, it did nice head of hair.
I've never seen my old man with a nice head of hair. You definitely haven't.
A nice pair of jeans.
Yes, he had a fucking pressed pair of 501s going right there. How you doing?
Called me Herman. Good to see you, sir.
All
right,
yeah.
2005.
Yes.
Woo! See, there's going to be a lot of meat on this bone.
Yeah, so 2005 was, I guess, the end of my junior year into my, no, that was 2004, 2005. So I was senior year into my freshman year of college down there at TU. Go
Temple
Owls.
University.
Uh-huh.
So we're talking winter break into fucking 2000.
I'm a little,
5.
yeah, so I'm a little spotty on, so 2005.
Did you work over the Christmas break? Christmas holiday?
Yeah, I think that might have been my first year I worked at my friend's butcher, my family friend's butcher shop / deli. They needed a lot of hands on deck for the holidays. People coming in, buying their fillets, dude.
For the scraps of meat laying around. They didn't want the squirrels and the rats getting them. Bring in the cleaner.
Uh-huh. Well, it was also, I was untrained, I was unskilled labor at that, you know what I mean? I didn't really belong in that arena. Because so there's like proper butchers who like went to school and they were like career butchers.
Went to school.
Yeah, you go to like you take like butcher classes or
There's
something.
no butcher school.
I'm sure
That's
there.
on the job.
I don't know.
Butcher school?
Whatever. These are trained butchers. They're not just like fucking. These are like career butchers. That was their job.
Good with a knife.
Yeah.
More of an apprenticeship.
There you go. They took an apprenticeship.
Where would you do that at? Like fucking
butcher.
Faicos? No shit.
Faicos.
You know Faicos downtown?
Faicos.
No, Faicos. It's not Faicos.
FICO's
Like
the
a FICO's
taxes I didn't pay.
Like your FICO score?
Dude, people call it Faicos, not Faicos.
No. Yeah, fucking rich kids from fucking Connecticut that don't know nothing about the goddamn village.
And dirtbags from Philly.
It's Faicos. Okay. You want a nice sandwich? Let me tell you something. Get down there to the fucking Out West Village. Go to Faicos.
Okay.
It's good stuff.
Sure.
Like a football.
Either way, I am unskilled labor. I'm a senior in high school down there at Council Rock South.
What's the ass situation?
It was
You would not-
dating, quasi-dating, let's call it.
Quasi.
Pat was dating a girl
Sure.
and her friend, and then, you know, we were the two outliers. You know what I mean? We were the two, well, can my friend come type deal. So we were, spent a lot of time quasi-dating, I guess senior year into, I remember also that happening in freshman year of college as well.
Okay.
Right. So, yeah, it was probably right around that time. Probably, I think it was winter to, our love affair lasted until, I remember that I remember taking her to a pizza place and thinking it was like, we went and get slices, and I remember being like, look at this. I'm eating like a buffalo chicken and a barbecue chicken slice with a side of garlic knots. Just
What do they got after this?
She was driving.
What'd she take down? 12-foot grinder?
She's a nice lady. She's the lady I bumped. I told you I bumped into.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, sweetheart.
Wait, no, you don't know her.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I thought
No, not the one we see. Not the one that comes to shows.
Okay.
Um.
That's the one that got away, huh?
I bumped into her in the West Village.
Okay.
Remember I told you that? And she was like, you still doing your comedy? And I was like, I just got out of like a fucking Escalade. I got my fucking wife on my arm. It's like a Wednesday afternoon. We're going shopping in the West Village. And she's like, you still doing that comedy? And I'm like,
Kinda.
I'm like, what? I got fucking killing it over here, Toots. What you got to do? And then she goes, do you have any shows coming up? We had like the Fillmore or something
Got
like
any
that.
shows coming up we can support?
And I was like, yeah, I'm still doing the comedy thing, which is like,
You fucking whore.
I call my next special the comedy thing. That comedy thing.
Yeah, I am. You still a fucking huge slut?
Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
Hey, go for the throat. insult your
We got to
livelihood.
protect the innocent a little
Of
bit.
course.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know this lady. I'm joking around.
Of course.
We're having a good time.
Sure.
Bitch!
But I go,
My friend works very hard at his comedy.
and she goes,
Got a couple of good bits.
so I go, I was like, oh, we got a big show, Fillmore, whatever.
Big show coming up.
Two big shows.
Down to Fillmore.
Now Fillmore. That's selling out 2 fucking shows to Fillmore. Ain't none of that's a little bigger than that comedy thing you're doing.
Sure.
You know what I mean? That's fucking 2,200 people.
Let's go.
21. A lot of comps. And yeah, and she's like, I was like, oh, next Friday, whatever it was. It was like, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, next week or whatever. And she's like, I can't make it. And I was like, why do you ask? Why do you? I'd love to come to a show.
What's she doing?
I don't know. Married with kids, I know that.
There you go.
One that got away. But so that was our that was the romantic aspect of it was this lady. I was working.
So this is if we're
I'm 18.
If we're sticking with the proper 2005, I like to start it off. Christmas break, you're coming back. That's your senior year.
Okay.
Is that spring semester?
Sure. So
of the spring you graduate.
Sure. So I'm over the thing. I'm working cash at this butcher shop like leading up the week leading up to the holidays.
Is this the place that did the Thanksgiving on a roll? Didn't they do those or something like that?
Yeah, they did a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They were wizards. They also had like a catering aspect of it, and
you were in the back wrapping sandwiches.
I was in the back. No, I was in the back. They didn't let me wrap a sandwich. I wasn't allowed around the cooked food.
I'm not in the union, sir.
Saluting with the wrong hand. I was wrapping fillets like meat. I was horrible at it, brutal. And I get the fuck out of here. And there was a cast of hot broads that worked there that I went to high school with. We were all friends. It was my friend's dad owned the thing, so. Man,
They worked in the retail in the front.
They were the register, but also come back, and they were. And that was like, I'm like sweating, covered in like cow's blood and shit. I'm like eating pepperoni out of like the fucking containers.
Ew, you smell like pork loin.
It is fucking. It was
Pork
rough.
loin. Are you smoking?
Catching heaters. That's senior years. That's prime heater territory, dude.
Do you remember what you pulled in for Christmas that year?
That's when I wasn't getting
MP3
shit.
players?
No.
No?
No.
Some sweatpants?
My first MP3 player was a Zune that I bought, I want to say my freshman year of college or going in. I think I got a Best Buy gift card. I remember having a Best Buy gift card for like $200 or something where I'm like, I'm going to get a flat screen TV. I never had stuff.
There was a strong
I had the Loom. That was it.
There was a strong period. And, now it's different because you don't really give a shit. And, as an adult, you want to give, not get. Especially if the drinks are hitting that. But there was that period. Yeah, around that time. I think my senior year of high school, my Christmas was still okay. But I think I got like a titanium lacrosse shaft.
That's pretty good. Well, that's functional. That's like you do this.
Yeah.
I need this to play the sport I'm playing.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't get. I don't want to say I didn't get shit.
It
but
really did get to a point where it was like, ugh.
My mom still does the same thing.
It's over.
I get a nice Alfani shirt from Macy's, like I get a nice button-up shirt from Macy's.
You don't know about Alfani.
Oh yeah, fucking Alfani is the fucking is the bricklayer's fucking.
That little guinea got more fat guys laid than fucking.
Dude, Alfani is the bricklayer's Gucci. Okay, it is low end, high end, and everywhere in between.
My brother had a fucking wardrobe of those.
Alfanis.
Probably around that time.
It's Alfani, dude. I hold it up every year. My mom goes, "It's Alfani." I go, "Oh, it's Alfani."
Pronounced Alfini, you dummy.
No, it's Alfani.
No, I know.
I mean, when I worked there, they called it Alfani.
Is that a Van Heusen?
Is that Alfani? Ooh, it's Alfani. And so we I get that. I get a shirt. I get socks. I get a pair of sweats or like pajama type stuff. And that's about it. Maybe
that's
like
when those pajama bottoms were huge.
I get like a hoodie.
The plaid Johns.
I'm not a pajama. I am not a pajama bottom guy.
I used to rip those like Hulkamania.
Wake up with a stinger, ain't no high in that thing. Come down Christmas morning, fucking rock hard, looking for eggs.
Looking like the tent they do the Great British Bake Off in. Woo-wee.
Animox.
Oh, you need is Paul Hollywood.
I don't have any eyes on that guy. So, my wife's been, I watched it. We used to watch, this is like 5 years ago or whatever, when it like dropped that British Hollywood Bake Off or the Hollywood Bake Off or whatever. That's a great serial. Like they have that show ironed out to like you stay engaged, and then what? You stay engaged, and then so we like got hooked on it and like binge watched.
The Great British Bake Off.
Yeah,
especially around the holidays.
But he was a jerk off. He's really softened up now. He's like really.
They had like 2 or 3 smoke shows on that show.
There always is, and now it's like it's more like Before it was like we're trying to find the best baker. Now it's like. Steve makes crisps in his kitchen. You know? It's real. It's real like
that's not pudding.
It's real fun rather than like
sure.
Paul Hollywood ain't the fucking tight ass he used to be.
Sure. All right. So Christmas happens. Fucking, you're rolling into your senior year. You're the big dick.
I got my second loom. I'm on loom number 2.
And what's the squad in the school? Are you guys popular?
Yeah.
Because how many kids you graduated?
505.
So that's a little bit bigger. That's
a big school.
That's a solid. Yeah, solid. They had to fucking break them up. You guys are out there.
Yeah, there was. I remember like it was always 1,000 in a graduating class, and then they split it.
Crazy, 1,000 kids.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have liked that. It's too big. There's no goddamn sense of law and order.
Sure.
There's no pecking order.
It's bedlam.
Yeah.
There's like probably 4 cool groups, and then you guys got to fight.
You got to fight
at the tracks.
So it's you and the squad.
So this is the squad we were.
How the grades?
Fine. I was very much like.
Are you locked in the temple already?
No, that was a dicey. I applied to Westchester, didn't get into Westchester.
For the homies out there.
Tommy C got into Westchester.
Tom Cassidy.
They let everybody.
Alum.
But me and my boy, I believe Pat didn't get into Westchester either. I had 1140 and probably like a little under 3 GPA.
So you're getting good grades.
Under 3? That's a C average.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right? Yeah. An A average is 4.
Is it?
A 3.5 would be like a B.
I thought 4 was like a rocket scientist.
That's an A average.
Huh.
3.4 is like a B plus. Yeah, it's a solid average.
I was 2.4.
Yeah, no, so I'm like,
dicey.
What did I say I was?
I thought you said
I'm 2 to 3. I think I'm probably like right around 3, maybe.
You're right around. 3.
I think I was like 2.95 or something.
Okay.
So you were a BC student.
BC student.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd snag an A. I'd snag a C.
Even out to 3.
Grab a oogie.
Okay. Are you eating lunch in the cafeteria?
Yeah.
Or are you just dipping out?
No, we're in a lot of dip.
You're holding court.
Yeah. We're at a table. Everyday lunch was typically a pretzel, maybe 2 soft. They had these soft pretzels that would sweat the perfect amount by the time I got there.
Kippy!
And we had this was the first time we had there's a new school. And again, like this was like in the early 2000s, things started changing in the sense of like availability of stuff. Like we had pizza every day, which before would be like, that was just Fridays. And they had like popcorn chicken and fry. Like it was like more of like a cafeteria rather than like, this is the slop you're getting.
They made a big mistake introducing you to popcorn chicken.
Man, it would be like.
Talk about dating casually.
There was no governor. They would just fill a paper plate with it.
You gotta weigh that out.
Dude, they were eyeballing these bags for sure, dude. No beat bags over there with the popcorn chickie.
No stems and seeds either.
Oh, and
slow you down.
Man, and you would maybe throw like a fucking, because there's no, you fucking shuffle like a couple nicer pieces onto your plate.
A little cluster.
So
now, what do you got in a jukebox? What are the kids listening to?
This is heavy rap at this point. This is very.
Is this the underground casino days?
Yes, this was the underground.
So that's what you're doing. Are you watching Sopranos?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I mean, not like religiously. Hold on. 2005, we were drinking heavy.
Sure.
Drinking in heaters heavy. Had the couple of houses you could drink at. Denise knew I was drinking. We called it was not we. I don't know.
Stepdad's in the picture.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he came around. I was like fucking 8 years old or whatever.
Are they married?
Yeah. They got married, I think, when I was in like elementary school.
And
or
would it be
junior high.
safe to say that this is at the time where your relationship with him was at a low? He didn't like you at that time. I don't mean that.
You're not wrong. No, that was still okay. It was college got.
Yeah, because around high school and college was when
You become a dude.
my parents liked me the least.
Yeah.
Because I sucked.
You're like a guy who's like, you're the most confident in
asshole.
yourself. You're going, fuck you. I know you think you know proper everything. And it's, you're just like fucking, you're self-absorbed. You just want to fucking catch heaters, hit on broads, and fucking drink beers.
Heavy rap, DMX, Jay-Z,
DMX. No, this is very 50.
Wale.
This is very 50 Cent. So this is like 50 Cent dropped in what, like 2002 or 2003?
This is in the club.
Yeah.
This is
but,
after that.
Okay.
Candy Shop was number 8 on the Billboard's 2000.
I take Candy Shop. Yeah, so this was
Fucking Ryan Seacrest over there.
the Massacre.
Billboard.
This was his second album, and before his second album, he dropped all that fucking G-Unit shit. So this is like Young Buck, Tony Yayo. Young Buck, Tony Yayo, and fucking Lloyd Banks had all come out with solo albums. Plus, they had fucking Beg for Mercy, which was their collaborative. Man, it was fucking Many Men. What are you cranking it to? A lot of Maxim magazines floating around at that time period, I would imagine. Yeah, for sure. The poor, we didn't
like
really
that Jessica
have.
Alba back then?
Don't like her now.
Ariana Grande?
No, she was. Well, no,
She wasn't around yet?
no. 2005. She was probably
That's
born
like my
in,
age.
She was
Oh,
probably
really?
born in like
Yeah.
like 98.
Who am I thinking of? Oh, Christina Aguilera.
Or Gwen Stefani.
Ooh.
Yeah, but like we didn't have like 2005. Like obviously, I didn't have like a fucking laptop or
No,
anything.
of course.
Like,
That's
so
what
we
I
had
mentioned
a
in the magazine.
Yeah, so it was mostly matter of imagination. At that point, you're in high school. You're thinking of all, you're fucking.
Could be working at Disney.
You could be staring at a doorknob and getting it off. You know what I mean? You're fucking charged up. You flick that thing and she's
should be a VP at Pixar. The shit this kid comes up with.
the imagination I got. Have you, me, you, and a water buffalo.
Every time you jerk off, it's like that DreamWorks logo. The kid.
The light flit jumps across. Yeah, so a lot of that. And then I guess like during that, I was working at Acme. We were all working at supermarkets in Newtown, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
It was me and a couple of my boys were working at the Acme.
Sure.
Then Flip and Pat were working at the Gennardi's right next door.
Ooh.
So we'd link up. I smoke a bowl.
Still
whatever.
skating?
Nah, not skating. This is prime. Just my identity was not a lot has changed. My identity is we drink.
We drink.
So it was like Friday and Saturday night. We get a bunch of beers.
You've given up on any, like you're not skating anymore. This is who
I
you are.
got hurt that year snowboarding. That was that year I fucked my arm up at Jack Frost up there in the Poconos. Broken arm, surgery. So I was like, that was over Christmas break.
So were you in a cast a lot of senior year?
I had that fucking erector set coming out of my arm. So that did take a chunk of my social life was, I wasn't really like the broads weren't all over the erector set. You know what I mean?
Are you a lefty on the Mastro scene?
Goddamn American. No, I'm a right-handed fucking.
Really?
What?
I go left. Funny.
Sure.
So that didn't affect that too much.
Nah.
You wipe your ass?
Yeah. All that
Okay.
was fine. Yeah. I mean, it was just also like you couldn't go out and get fucked up. Well,
What's the scent?
hey, get away from me or whatever. You know what
What's
I mean?
the scent? CK1, CKB?
Nah, this is probably Polo Sport. The
Danny's
blue
out of
bottle.
the house, right?
Yeah, Danny's been out. Danny and Sarah
Gotcha.
out of the house. It's just me and the parent and the stepmom, stepdad. At this point, I'm still spending some time at my dad's house for sure.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely overlap, but like I was primarily based out of my mom's.
What's that car looking like? A lot of takeout shit, empty boxes?
I mean, just Wawa and McDonald's. Like Wawa, if I could eat Wawa every meal at that time, I'd get up early, go to Wawa, snag a Sizzly, pack of heaters. Not a cup of coffee at that, but a cup of coffee before high school is crazy. If you're drinking coffee, I mean, I think all the kids now do it.
I did. I started senior year.
Yeah, the kids do it. The coffee has changed, but like in 2005, if you're going to Dunkies and getting a coffee and then going to fucking chemistry class, that's fucking crazy.
Running into the health teacher in there?
Yeah.
Coffee.
No, I wasn't doing a coffee. I didn't start drinking coffee till like after college. Like drinking.
We're not on
coffee.
DCs yet, correct?
No, these are still heavy bike.
Straight cokes.
Heavy bike cokes.
Straight cakes. Wawa iced tea.
Coke, root beer, going to the Fresh Works, it was called a lot, which is a great hoot.
Root beer?
If I there's certain wild cherry Pepsi, I was a big wild cherry guy.
Before you went to your secretary job at the orthodontist? Wild cherry Pepsi? Fucking lipstick on your straw? Man, you stunk.
Sure. Pretty cool, like socially pretty cool. We hung out. It was like, definitely, not the cooler group.
We're doing parties.
House
parties.
House parties every weekend, whenever we can, wherever anybody is. And then it's like, you always had my boy Justin's. We were allowed to drink and catch heaters in the garage.
Catching a flick with the boys.
Movies?
What was your movies?
No, not really, dude.
You were watching like Jackass and shit like that, probably, right?
No, what were the big movies in 2005?
Blu-ray.
No, we weren't like real movie. Like we weren't.
It's not Kippy movies. Star Wars Episode 3.
I remember going to see some of the before that.
Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. War of the Worlds, actually. Maybe that.
No.
The Chronicles of Narnia.
No.
Kevin Ryan and the Goblet.
Wedding Crashers.
Okay.
Yeah,
I remember that. I don't know if I saw that
Batman
there.
Begins.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Nah.
What?
Wait, Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Still never seen it.
Really?
She's a fucking home wrecker, that broad. I ain't gonna watch it. I'm a Jennifer Aniston
Going
guy.
to watch that?
That's a good movie. I mean, that's a...
Me and my boys going to watch Mr. and Mrs. Nah, man. This is like also heavy drug use for the crew. Not me specifically.
Toomies, school buses.
This is a lot of tombstones.
Perkadoodles.
School buses and tombstones had hit this. This is the height of the opioid epidemic. Like
You're creeping, I think.
but this is when there was still no oversight. There was still no like this is a problem.
You know what
This was still completely unregulated and unchecked.
You know what this was? Because I was hooking up with one. This was prime time drug rep.
Sure.
When that shit...
They're pushing it on the... I have them, the
Dude.
farmers, everybody's getting it.
It was fucking...
I've seen it in the documentaries.
Buddy, it was... I mean, not even just that. Everything. It was fucking... Man, I knew broads that were making like fucking $100,000.
That was the thing. I was a drug... And then it switched to medical devices. He sells medical devices.
Yeah, bunch of shit and a bunch of fucking... like give pens and all that shit in their trunk.
Yeah, you're sitting there with a Vicodin pen. You have no idea.
Wearing sexy outfits and nice lingerie, silk sheets.
I was doing that too.
It was a good time.
Yeah, this was like... I mean... Yeah, this was soup. This was very much handfuls of pills, people passing out in Wawas, fucking, like...
Talking small government, baby. Deregulation.
We're talking no oversight committees in sight, dude. This was bad. This was like kid in high school took 10 uppers and 10 downers to see if they'd cancel out.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the amount of pills. And we're making light of it. It's a very...
Of course.
very
fucking horrible.
It's horrible. But, like, my boys weren't getting scripts. They were getting the bottles that fill scripts that, like, the pharmacist would get. They'd be getting, like, hey, I just got 400 perks.
That ain't protein powder. I'll tell you that.
That ain't creatine, dog. Hey, that ain't sitting on the top of your fridge.
Why are they so obnoxiously big?
What
The
does...
creatine and the protein powder bottles. Give me a break.
That was big in college, though. You go over your boys' house. I'm on. They'd have it angled so you see the label. I'm on creatine.
Oh, on top of the cabinet.
Shaking a fucking protein thing.
You got to do like fucking like 8 grams a day of it.
Yeah, that's the
It's
thing.
a
Otherwise, you'd
ton
be
of
buying it
creatine.
every day. You
Yeah.
got to. It's like you got to fucking.
Those fucking shakers, man. My
The
buddy.
little metal balls.
Oh, dude, you leave one of those things in a car overnight.
Brutal.
Like a dead frog.
Brutal.
All right, now I'm getting a nice picture.
Yeah, so it was very much like baggy jeans. Fucking, we were like into shoes, but none of us had money. So it was like, this was also the time when my boy was working at Foot Locker. We were getting the 2 for
Stealing.
$70 deal. So you get like, we're talking like,
No laces, laces. Tongues out. You doing tongues? Big tongues? was big tongues back then.
This is very much Jersey time. This is like
Jersey Shore?
No, jerseys.
jerseys.
Like basketball jerseys were hot. I had a Mike Bibby jersey from the Sacramento Kings. I had a throwback Shaquille O'Neal, but I never had the Mitchell and Ness throwbacks. They were called swingmen.
T-shirt underneath?
Oh yeah.
Never just a jersey.
No.
Unless you were
maybe
swimming.
I was at the beach or something, fucking flexing on them. Always a shirt underneath, dude. Always. Baggy jeans.
Loose-fitting button-ups?
Oh, yeah. Do
you watch the show?
That's when Jay-Z, the Black Album had dropped, I believe. So that he was like, Chris Perry jeans. I don't do jerseys anymore.
I'm sorry. Are you optimistic at the time? Are you looking forward to what did you want to do?
That's such a good question, man.
Thank you. Have you thought about your major? Was there any?
I thought I was going to do business, and I wanted to either own a landscaping company. That's what I really thought I was going to do. I was going to own a
Did you ever cut grass before?
Yeah. I was going to own a landscaping company.
Were you?
Or a bar.
You got the trailer hooked up to the Lumina for the first couple of years.
Yeah, I got the push mower out the back like Sopranos. He jumped out of a tree with a chainsaw. I got the right to defend myself, T.
And let me ask you this, because
Fire away, sir.
I remember going into college, which is one of the reasons I failed miserably at it, is I just wasn't secure and I was anxious and low self-esteem. But everybody, there was no. I never thought. Looking back, I should have. I like the way you did it was nice. Who else went to Temple with you?
What do you mean?
Flip was your roommate.
So Flip was my roommate.
That's all. And plus, you had the other cronies.
I was staying at Hardwick, Johnson and Hardwick, room 953.
You had Stutzky over at fucking Drexel.
So Stutzky, Phil X, and their whole crew was over there. Yeah. So that was the beginning of 2005.
So the squad, you know it's not ending. It's just going to get better. You got your boy with you. Are you looking forward to that? Are you excited? We're all going.
I'm excited to go get fucked up. Like, I'm excited to be able to, I can drink on a Tuesday. That seemed really cool to me.
Right.
Right? Because, that's what I wasn't allowed to do, was drink on a Tuesday. I was regulated to, until this is when we also figured out dollar dog. This is a big year, 2005, spring into summer of 2005, we figured out dollar dog night. And we could get down there. You could buy $7 tickets, go to dollar dog night. We'd drink until, the sixth inning.
That's old school Phillies, too.
Then go in and get, we don't even go to the seats.
The bank is open, right?
Bank's open. Citizens Bank
somewhat
Park.
fresh, I would have to.
Very fresh. Maybe the first or second season.
Yeah.
Around then. So that was it. It was just all drinking. We're all working shitty fucking retail jobs or fucking something.
Give me top 10 songs on the Billboard charts summer of 2005.
We Belong Together, Mariah Carey, Holla Back Girl, Gwen Stefani.
Holla Back.
Let Me Love You, Mario. Since You've Been Gone, Kelly Clarkson.
Wow.
1-2 Step, Sierra.
Hold on.
That 1-2 Step by Sierra. That video dropped. I don't know if you ever seen that, broad. Just hearing the song would get me hard.
Is that that's the height of also American Idol, right?
No.
I mean, Kelly Clarkson couldn't have been on the scene that long. That had to be her second or third hit. Since you've been gone. No, that was her first hit.
Was she the first?
American Idol started in 2002, so probably.
Yeah, so
that's
cooking.
Years,
yeah.
She's got that other one. Da-da-da-da-da. That's a hit. I don't care who the fuck you are.
Number 6, Gold Digger, Kanye, Jamie Foxx. It's a hot year.
Yeah, I went to see Kanye that year. I saw Kanye at the Leah Core Center.
How old are you at this point?
2005, I'm 8.
Jesus Christ, dude. And I was
made your first million.
I was fucking spending diamond dollars at fucking the Owl's Nest on a buffalo chicken slice.
Isn't that crazy to think that we were all out there? Fucking ships in the night. Who knew? The whole fucking squad come together. I was in a bad spot.
Yeah, okay. So I'm, just to put a pin in it, I'm a little optimistic.
Heavy.
I'm heavy. No, at this point I'm thin. After the surgery, after the arm thing, I
lap band? What'd you get?
It was called fucking Percocet for a couple of weeks until I Started it's scratching my skin off me. I got like probably down to 200. I mean, dude, I'm fucking 6 foot. That's not
200's lean and mean. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's like pretty fucking good.
For an 18-year-old.
Yeah, big fucking strapping young lad. Well, dude, you weigh like 118
I
pounds.
know, not many 18-year-olds
You can't put on
weigh
weight.
200.
Sure, I'll give you that. Also, you were probably what, a buck?
I was actually
10?
way heavier. I got up
Okay.
to 180.
If I had a time machine.
All right, if you were 180,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
I had to
like,
put in the work, though.
Oh, get out of here. This
If I had a time machine, I'd
A
go
lot
back
of
to
creatine.
I'd go back to 2005, come up the years and beat your little ass.
and steal your lawnmower
Trust
for
me.
my landscaping company.
Did you ever think of a name for this landscaping company?
Kippy's Landscaping or something like that.
You weren't Kippy yet.
Yeah, I was K-Roar.
No, I was.
I was K-Roar at the time.
Excuse me?
That was my nickname. K-Roar.
K-Roar.
Uh-huh. AKA,
Who called you that?
AKA the Birdman. I think that's all Pat. That was all Pat. Because it was KR.
Oh, did you eat a lot of sunflower seeds or something? What do they call you, the Birdman?
Because the bird, so it was KR, right? And then Lil Wayne at the time was the Birdman Jr., and there was a lyric to Birdman JR at the beginning of one of his songs. So it was the Birdman KR. I guess I probably do resemble a bird a little bit, so it was a perfect fit. So then it was Bird, Birdie, Birdman. Yeah, I don't know. We were really big on bad nicknames.
Sure, I can.
You know what I mean?
I hear you.
We still, I mean, yeah. So that was, no real future. I figured I'd get out and probably go like work for my dad or something like that, or like work in that business, or sell toilets.
What did they want to do? Had they said anything?
Who?
Pat and them.
We didn't. We weren't thinking. Like, I think
Neither was I.
I know, but I think our whole thing was like, let's get out of high school. That's holding us back, or like, and like go
Get fucked up in Philly.
Yeah, live in the city and fucking have, it was more like, there's no direction. No, I mean, I think Pat almost got thrown out of school like 5 fucking times in like the first 2 weeks. That guy had a bit of a blackout problem. So I think he was like in and out of the hospital a couple of times for fucking drinking too much. We were like, just let us off the leash and like, let us just go fucking sneak into these seedy bars where like guns would go off and stuff like that. Shout out to the New Angle over there on 39th and Lancaster. I ever tell you that story? Fucking bouncer's gun went off and everybody, I thought it was a party popper. That's how fucking.
yeah.
Congratulations!
it's a boy. Fucking people diving over the bar and shit. It was me, Phil.
Can I get some more chips and guac down here?
It was me, Phil X, and Pat, and this guy named Tony, and we were all like, the fuck? Here, they fucking shot. He had a gun in his pocket and his hand on it went off. That's when we were like, I think we should stop going to the New Angle.
Check out Friday.
But yeah, so no real vision in sight. More of just like excited to be like, we're adults. We're on our own. We're going to I'm going to hang up a beer poster on my wall and fucking, hook up with fat chicks.
2005 was a rough year for old
You're how
Hank.
old? You're 28.
Crunch the math. Yeah, I'm 28.
Because I'm 10. You're 10 years older than me, so you're 28.
I'm 28 years old. I got up here in 99. Me and my brother
So
lived.
you've been here for 6 years?
Me and my brother lived in a studio apartment on the Upper East Side. He was
no future in sight after 6 years. You're not like wide-eyed and bushy-tailed on the scene anymore.
no.
You're in like the I need rehab aspect of this. Of that for 6 years in.
Yeah. They should have. Yeah, they should have.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Yeah.
Nothing. And it's all on me. But yeah, they should have.
Somebody should have intervened.
Somebody
But you
should
can't.
have intervened.
As we're all aware, you can
It
only
is what it is.
help
I would
yourself.
have fought tooth and nail.
Okay. Your gun goes off.
So we lived in a studio apartment for I think until right before 9/11, and then we moved in with
Where at? Upper East.
We were on 81st and First. Shout out to Gracie Muse. My brother was clerking, or not interning, but he was working on the stock exchange just out of college. So whatever that was. And then he quickly started moving up the ranks. He started doing well we got a 3-bedroom apartment in Murray Hill on 34th and 2nd.
I'm sorry, what are you doing at this point?
A lot of coke.
Okay. No job?
No, not a job.
Waiting tables?
I'm waiting. I'm working at
something that allows that lifestyle.
Yeah, I'm working at Martell's on the Upper East Side.
Okay.
And that was my whole life. Never learned the subway, nothing like that. And then we moved down to Murray Hill, and I was dating this girl, and we broke up probably in 2003, I would say, would make sense, something like that. And I just I was just in a
broken.
yeah. I had stopped working at Martell's at that time. I was driving. That's when I was driving the medical equipment and stuff like that. And just in this cycle of getting like 4 grams of blow a week and then doing it for like a day, all fucked up, and then working to pay him back for that. And it was just a running tab.
So he would front it to you, you'd pay it off, and at the same time pick up another.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking dicey.
That's
In
right.
the fucking...
As Pat has always said, paying for weed you already smoked is the worst feeling in the world.
The worst, yeah. In the apartment, driving, just locked in there.
No broads?
No broads. No broads. Real fucking drought. Like, I mean, confident, shaking.
Sure.
Fucking
in there.
Just, yeah.
I'm there right now.
I was like basically like a shut-in almost.
Yeah.
I would just go to work.
Drugs in a room.
Drugs in a room. I would just go to work and fucking come back, and that's when I was doing most of my...
Masturbating.
Sure. No, most of my heavy writing.
Of songs.
Yes. Yeah. Just playing the guitar every single day for hours in my room. Getting shut the fuck up
By your brother.
Everybody.
Oh, yeah, you're in a 3-bedroom.
Yeah.
How many guys are in the 3-bedroom?
3.
Okay.
Yeah. Me, my brother, and
your boy.
and the guy that I worked with up there.
Were you in a band?
No, I was like dipping around and like trying to
Putting the ads out in the classifieds, like sick
I was
vocalist, guitarist,
I was showing up
looking
to
for a
those
rhythm
things.
section. Looking for someone who can carry a beat and doesn't want to be in the spotlight.
Back me up. No,
Listen, I'm a star, all right? I don't need anybody coming in stealing my limelight here.
I might have told you I would answer ads for like a drummer or a bass player.
Yeah.
And I would just show up and try to convince them.
Listen, you guys stink. I don't know what it is, but you don't have it, all right?
Yeah.
All the talent's about to walk out of this door right now.
And that was when I started
Giving them lines from Rockstar. I'd rather fail as myself than succeed as someone else.
That was when I started working with an actual engineer. His girlfriend was friends with my girlfriend at the time. Then, when we broke up, she was living in their house. She moved out of that house.
Where are you going to you're laying these tracks down?
In her bedroom. What was her bedroom.
Man, you are
that he turned into a little studio. I would go and like he
cry for the first 40 minutes of the session.
I don't know why he fucking did it. He was like he would do it like he was like Grammy award-winning engineer.
He was?
Yeah.
For who?
For a bunch of jazz people. Like, the Grammys
there's not a lot of competition in those.
The Grammys that you win before the Grammys start.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But he had a bunch of them.
You're about to do 4 Grammys. Hey, let me get 4 Grammys on the arm, dog.
Woo, 4 Grammys on layaway, huh? Yikes. I'm going to spread that over a couple of payments.
I think we just found the name of the episode.
Yeah, and I don't know why. He just did. And he would my rhythm was terrible. So I would write the songs and he would play them to see he had good rhythm. And then I would sing over top of it. And then trying to shop those around a little bit, playing some singer-songwriter nights and stuff like that. But for the most part, locked in that fucking apartment.
What's the social, the very limited social life? What does that look like? Are you going to grab dinner with your brother from time to time? Or anybody going to get, I
hated me.
As someone, I fully understand your brother in those moments.
We would just get into physical fights every once in a while.
Really?
Yeah. I was a fuck dude. I
can imagine.
They had lives. I mean, he was like super busy.
And comes home.
Yeah, the only time that
You're stealing his change, probably.
Stealing a little bit of his change. He was paying.
You're on the arm for a couple 2-3 things too.
He was paying my. Oh yeah, at that time I was fucking into him.
Now at this point, what is your forward thinking? Are you going like? Are you just trying to keep the plate spinning, or do you think like, oh, I can pull out of this, or like I'm just gonna, like, are you gonna be like, I'm gonna move out on my own, or like, are you looking for a job? Is there like, what is like the next thing, or you're just like, I gotta keep these plates spinning so he can keep me in here and I can keep doing blow?
No,
or are you like, is there like even delusions of a greener, like, oh, one of these songs is gonna pop?
One of these songs is gonna just keep writing, keep writing, keep writing, keep writing,
Gotcha.
keep writing, keep writing. That was it. That was literally it. That, coke, jerking off. And that dirtbag pattern of, okay, I blew all my money. I have 2 weeks until I get paid. I'm living off of chips. If my brother buys dinner, if my brother does that.
Maybe some leftovers.
Maybe they'll go to the grocery store. The only social things I would do is every once in a while, they would like, on like a Saturday for like football, they would like cook.
Oh, like we're going to do fucking whatever, spare ribs or something.
And I would get in on that. Going home
like a seagull.
Going home every once in a while.
To Patty's.
Taking the train down to Trenton. They would pick me up. Yeah.
Would you link up with your boys down there, or just boys to get a bag down there?
No, there was none of that. That's the crazy thing. It was never that. It was never like I could go to Philly or go to my mom's for a week, drink every night. I would never want to fucking do anything. It was just in the city.
Okay.
Which, going through therapy now, we're figuring all that out, why that was. Esteem had a lot to do with it, the lack of there.
I'm right there with you.
Sure. So like it was like a weird thing, and I was just in there. I was in this fucking the smallest room. I had a fucking TV with a VCR in it. I had one porno tape. I had a tab going downstairs with the fucking bodega guys.
That's the meals. That's most of the meal. Go down and get a sandwich and chips and an iced tea.
Utz Party chips, Arizona iced teas.
The big cans.
Yep, the big cans.
They hit different in New York.
Utz Party mix, Arizona iced teas, and beef patties from the pizzeria.
Mm-hmm.
That was the and fucking. It would be. I wouldn't eat for like 2 days. Fucking eat
Gorge.
that, scrape my bowl, fucking smoke a resin, fucking start writing. I would write after I had fucking done blow all night, and then either slept.
Did you think that's when you were the most motivated? You're like, I'm gonna do some blow, and that's when the thoughts happen.
That's when I was the most creative. That's when I was the most introspective, if that makes sense. For however much I was.
I think paranoid's the word.
Sure.
Sure. Okay.
And then I would catch like a hook that I like or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and I would just spend like the next month or weeks or whatever developing that. And that was it. I saw the world going by. I knew that, 50 Cent, and I hated everybody. Fuck this sucks, fucking.
Which I have to say, you have gotten a little better on, even from like over the past 4 years. You used to be you're still kind of, that is still your first gear you hit.
Curmudgeon?
Yeah, just stupid. Everything. It's that you just saying it. I'm like, oh, I feel like I haven't heard that in a long time. I mean, it's still there for sure. Like you tend to be whatever, but like at the longest time, fuck that, fuck him, fuck her, fuck this, fuck that. Even like things you don't have. Like, I mean, the other day you were, not even the other day, it was like a few months ago, you were shitting on Beyonce's daughter or something like that.
Blue
like,
Ivy.
Yeah, you're like, this broad, what the fuck? Well, then Tommy C went, she's 9, dude. Like, how do you have, you're 50, how do you have, but like, that is sometimes you're just.
Well, back then
I'm saying I could imagine it being a bajillion times worse.
Like, I hated the way culture was. I hated like what was popular and all that kind of stuff.
Do you think it's because you were left behind? Like what you liked was no longer cool.
Yes,
and you're like, nah, REM or whatever. And it's
it was completely me. It was my fucked up, drug fueled.
Where's the guy meet? Where are you meeting the guy?
What guy?
Fucking
told you that in confidence.
Is he coming? Are you going?
What the engineer?
No, the coke guy.
Oh, I don't think we need to get into specifics.
I'm saying, are you going, or is he? I'm not asking for
going.
You're going.
Yes.
To a public place, his apartment.
Public.
Like, yeah, I'll
Okay.
meet you at
Yeah.
the fucking McDonald's on whatever.
Yeah. And I could tell you anytime we drive by a place in New York, and
Yeah.
like it's like a
Was
photographic
it the same or
memory.
different?
Always different.
Always different. Just wherever he was bopping around or whatever.
Yeah, I wasn't one of his premier clientele.
Sure.
He was basically did it as a favor. He hated me too. Because I call him a million times.
Oh, I'm picking up on a trend.
Yeah.
here.
And this was pagers. What the fuck, man?
Pagers in 2005? Drug dealer stinks.
Nah, he was good.
Not in 2005. Everybody had a cell phone in 2005.
Sure.
Maybe he just thought, like, I'll stay off the tap my phone.
Now you're good.
Yeah, but I mean, you're still calling a fucking electronic device to electronic device and then going to get a couple of Grammys.
My roommate hated
it's just an honor to be nominated.
my roommate hated me, and I was like the joke of because like I still knew my immediate world was the people that I worked with at Martell's, and I quickly became known as fucking
The fat idiot drug addict.
not fat but
Or the whatever.
Yeah.
Just like, Henry. Yeah. Anybody seen him? Yeah, I saw him. He was, shoving a cheeseburger up his ass. Or
Because close to the end of my tenure there, I was day bartending at a new place that they had opened, and I was coming in fucking strong,
tighter than an E string.
And then the owner would call the roommate and be like, "What the fuck did you do to this guy last night?" Like, I wasn't with you, you know what I mean? It was just, my brother hated me.
Oh, so like your networks were like talking to each other.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making fun of me about the songwriting and all that kind of stuff.
Which,
Fucking-
hey, I agree with.
Sure.
But they're worried about you. There's a group of people, like your brother's
But-
getting calls from your boss. Like,
If I had to guess, and I've had a lot of people around me in these same situations. I've been in these networks where it's like, you also, like, the guys and then myself, I justify my behavior by not being you. So, like, that's how the guys in the network get all, like, they're putting themselves in to be like, at least I'm, what's up with, it's like, keep the focus on him. Like, let's focus on the really bad guy. So
Sure.
I'm not fucking whatever. So it was probably like, your brother at that point was over, and I'm sure he did not want to receive a phone call going,
No.
how fucked up he didn't show up or whatever.
And that's when he met his wife around that time. And once they met, it was
You're out.
they fast tracked it. You know what I mean?
And that just even leaves you in the dust even more.
Oh,
That happened when Danny got engaged and married. I'm
Sure.
like, Putty, we were just getting fucked up every night. Now you're fucking.
Yeah. So that was the year that it would have been going into when you were probably starting school in the fall of 2005. You had your whole life in front of you. I was fucking.
I was about to build a landscaping empire.
I was falling apart. He was like, "Hey, I'm moving out. I'm moving in with her. Everybody's got to go their separate ways."
It's like the end of Friends.
And there had been a fire in the apartment.
Jesus Christ.
There had been a fire in the apartment. I've told you this. I was living there rent free
Yeah.
for a while because my brother.
That's a deal you don't step away from.
No, my brother had moved out. There was the fire. Half of the walls were taken out because of the landlord was a scumbag. We got a lawyer. Don't pay the rent. Blah blah blah. They were resolving it, all that stuff, because he tried to kick us out. They were like, "Don't fucking do anything to the walls. We have to figure out what's going on." And this guy tried to fucking get rid of us because he could have renovated it. And I've told you this. So he's gone. It's just me and the roommate. Though that situation's not great. I'm probably worse than ever because now I got no eyes on me. And the paranoia back then was crazy. Of like me in my room, like, do they hear me? I would hear my brother's routine in the morning of him getting up ready for work to leave. And like I could feel his hatred
Tension.
because I was just
Slamming the medicine cabinet, you're like, oh, he's pissed.
I'm in the room just chain smoking cigarettes.
Dude,
fucking
smoking in your own room.
jerking off.
Was it a smoking household?
It was
Like you could go catch a heater on the couch.
yeah, of course.
Okay. Just but
I
smoking
mean,
in the room is a different
chain
level.
smoking in the room, like where I had like the yellow on my things. It's bad.
Hot box and cigs.
Yeah, it was bad news. And at a certain point, the blankets started going up over the windows, so nobody looked in.
It's so funny. There's like such a
paranoia.
you see like on like not
That's
even
a lot for a Sunday. I know, Gay.
sure, but like you see
Always
how
put it all out there.
you see because like I think there's so many people in New York and it's such an active place that like when you do go, you do put the walls up. And, like, you see it on, like, a fucking episode of Law & Order, just, like, it portrayed in something where it's, like, this shut-in lives in this thing and has literally blocked out the fucking outside world and is, because it's, like, New York is so uncontrollable and so big and so intimidating at that where you're, like, especially if you don't have the fucking self-esteem to, like, talk to your roommate.
Sure.
And then you're going, like, I can't even step out to get a hoagie, let alone fucking get on the D train and go to fucking Fidei or whatever.
But looking back on it now, I'm like, that's why I always said, meeting Cotton, when I met Chris Cotton in Philly, for some reason, even though he was younger than me, that's when it clicked with me of, okay, if you want to do something, you have to do these small things to get there. I was like banking on the big swing. I was banking on the manager.
Still doing that, dude.
The manager coming. No, I'm not.
Okay.
The manager coming into the restaurant, oh my God, you're going to be a star. All that kind of stuff.
There's no process.
I would never sit down and fucking staple out my headshots and put my resume on it and send it out to casting directors. There was a billion things that I could have been doing to fucking maybe
at least get on the boat.
One, getting off the blow. I could have been out. Like, dude, do you know what the music scene was like in New York around that time? It's like
50 Cent, man. I don't know.
I mean, this is like when the Strokes, all these fucking like independent bands, like
started popping.
Yeah, like
even like Mumford and Sons and like
Postal
Wilco,
Service.
kind of, right?
I think like Lady Gaga was like doing
it's not New York, yeah,
early,
but like,
early shows, like the Lower East Side, the Brooklyn, the CBGBs, this, that, the other thing. I could have applied like what I applied my comedy. I could have been, whatever out there. But I wasn't. I was fucking bad shape.
Hanging up bed sheets on the windows.
Yeah. And then he moved out, and then eventually we moved out, and he had to, like, basically get me an apartment in Sunnyside. And that's where that's where I filmed The Disguise, in that apartment.
Sure.
After the bed bugs and all that kind of stuff, and then...
Yeah. Well...
That's 2005.
That's Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah. Very... Very different time periods of our lives that year. Well, Jesus Christ.
a tumultuous year.
Tumultuous year. Probably
Sure.
your worst year? What was worse than that?
What was the worst year?
2006 wasn't great. I'll tell you that.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, period. Like,
2006 and 2007, I would say were the worst because that's when I felt the most alone because he was gone.
gotcha.
And he
So this is teeing that up.
And this was teeing it up.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then I was literally in that apartment. I was working at the Waterfront Ale House in Murray Hill, but I was living in Sunnyside, and that was literally just I would go to work, do blow, and just playing guitar and writing, and that's
So
when
nothing changed.
That's when I was able. That's when I was able to start recording stuff on my own, on the computer.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well,
Bad news, dog.
what a glimpse into the life and times of H. Foley and Kevin Ryan.
2005.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What a year.
The worst was 2000. I mean, the worst was right before I moved to Philly in 2008.
Which I think that's a good time to we'll do the next one. Which obviously shout out to the fucking homies. You guys really like the first one, so we'll do these periodically. The year was
They're pretty poor ones to kill themselves.
Jesus Christ.
I'm all right.
Hit me up. I think that would be the next good one. Is when the year we crossed paths, which was 2009 or 10 or something. I'd have to really.
It would have been 2009 or 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be the next one because I'm getting out of the first time I ever did. I was in college still, maybe my senior year. Then I tried it.
Portly fellow, nonetheless.
Sure, you ain't lying.
Chubbing.
Yeah. This was this.
Chubby. You were fatter than me when I met you. Not fatter than me now.
No, I don't think. I mean,
If you are.
yeah. For the longest time I was the fat one.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm still fat. But,
Husky boy.
mhm.
Sure.
But yeah, you used to, now like when I say, what's up, Chubbs, or like whatever, that was how I just took that's how you greeted me. Every time I walked up, it was, hey, fatso, hey, sugar tits. Like
hit you with a noogie and a wet willy.
Yeah, because you were,
take your smokes out of your pocket.
And then we flopped. But then you ended up
started switching.
We switched.
I got real skinny and then
Yeah.
started pushing up.
Sure.
But this incarnation, that's over the last 3 years or so. I was never above 300 pounds up until like 4 years ago.
Okay, so it just switched from 3 to 4.
That's how you do it.
No, it was 5. It was 5, at least 5 years ago.
This man has a small penis.
At least 5 years ago. All right, but we got to wrap it up, gang. We fucking love you. Shout out to the motherfucking homies, baby.
Gang.
We'll see you next week.
See you next weekend.
Peace.